We are live on a Friday afternoon, a couple days away from football, NFL football week 3. My Beating the Odds full-length podcast comes out at 5 or 6 Central Time. We are going to get you the plays a little early for those that have been loyal listeners and getting on the stream. So get ahead of the game, place these bets. They're probably going to move in the wrong direction if you don't get them soon. We will wait a little bit of time to get a few people in here. TB says, is Wicks worth picking up on the wire? Definitely, especially if Tucker Kraft is not playing, TB. But I'm going to go through. I have 6 plays this week. I went 5-0 last week. Getting this out to you guys live. I'm going to wait a second and wait for my loyal minions to follow.
Yeah, I saw you standing over here alone. I wanted to invite you over to our table.
Oh, I won't be going anywhere with you, Tim.
Okay, why?
Don't you play coy with me, you little bitch. I'm gonna stay right here, and I'm gonna wait for my minions to swarm me. And swarm they will, Tim. Alone you'll be. Such sad little games we play. Right, Tim?
Right. Same old Dennis Reynolds. You look good, Nick.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Seems like a nice guy.
He's not. Go away from me.
Jacobs will be fine, Blake. That you two are in here. Last night, someone brought up a Discord. I made one. It's in the description of this video. It's an invite for the Discord, Professional Fanatics Discord, so we can all chat. I can answer questions even if I'm not live. That's what I'm doing these days. Let's get it. Wait a little bit more time, and I will get to all my bets. I don't want people to miss out on them. 6 bangers this week, coming off of 5-0 week 2. Let's hope for maybe a 4-2 or 5-1. Maybe 6-0. I think that might be a little too aggressive, but I actually like these bets more than the 5 I placed last week, and I went 5-0. So I guess we'll see. I'm actually going to start with it, and then they can watch back later, or I can recap it at the end. So my bet of the week right here, Marvin Harrison Jr. over 46.5 yards. That is currently not up on DraftKings, but it is at Bet365. Bet365. That's minus 110 only, man. This is going to go up to like 52. So I can't believe it's only 46.5. A good matchup, too, at 49ers. That's a sneaky shootout game. 46.5 is a gift. He's underperformed. They haven't had to use him. I love him for fantasy this week, but I definitely love him on this number. This is my bet of the week. Play of the week. Smash that right now. Don't leave the stream, but smash that right now before it goes up because it is going to move up. I have 5 more plays coming for you guys shortly. It's signed Ricky Williams jersey, Elite. It's signed in weed resin. That's the best part about it. Got this for $50 on Pristine Auction. Pretty sweet site. I'm not doing an ad read. I don't do those here, but oh, the teal Ricky. That's what's up. Yeah, orange is okay. I mean, I got it because it was cheap. And it was signed. It was on my wall, but I got a couple other ones. I like the Haskins on the wall. So recapping, Marvin Harrison, first bet, must play. Marvin Harrison over 46.5 receiving yards against the Niners. I think it's a smash. This is my favorite one of the week. When I do these, I project them out, not to what they're going to have in terms of stats. I project what I expect Vegas to put the line at, and I had written down 54.5, and I was going to bet it at 54.5. The fact they said it at 46.5, I know it's going to move the other way. There's no way it's moving down. Number 1 receiver. Great matchup against the Niners. Niners are going to put up some points in this game. It's going to be the first time that Kyler is actually going to have to attempt more than like 20 throws. So I see at least 8 targets for Harrison, and he can get this number on 3 or 4 targets. We'll go to the next one. This is a rushing prop. As you know, you guys have been paying attention. I am the quarterback rushing prop whisperer. 10.5. Trevor Lawrence over 10.5 rushing yards. That's minus 119 on DK. That might be moving up to 11.5, but then that would be better, like minus 110 odds. Either way, I like this all the way up to 12.5, but this is easy as hell, man. Easy money. They're at home against the Texans. Texans have an elite defensive line. So he's going to be under pressure. I see a couple leak outs on 3rd and 6. I actually might see a couple design runs Trevor Lawrence's way. We've seen Liam Cohen be creative, and I love laddering this one. So here's some of the odds for laddering it. If you just want to keep on betting like small amounts all the way up on his alternate total. 50-plus yards for him is 17-1 odds. 70-plus yards, I know that sounds crazy, 44-1. 44-1. Throw $1 on that. Throw $1.50. Alicia, I would start Marvin. No, I would probably still start A.J. Brown. It's tough. That's a good call. What if Trevor is scared to get knocked out by Houston again? Because that did happen last time they played. But I don't know. I see this number as super low. That was the only rushing total I liked for a quarterback this week, and I love this one. Elite, I was telling the other dudes in the chat or in the description, I started a Discord for all you guys, for the super fans. It's free to join, just a free chat on Discord, so I can answer your questions and shit. Not like up to the second, but when we're not doing live shows. So yeah, I love Trevor Lawrence. I'll recap the first one for people that are just joining here. First one I had was Marvin Harrison over 46.5 receiving yards. These are my two favorite bets of the week. I have four other ones that I do really dig. They're all receiving totals of some depreciated assets that are way lower than they should be in good matchups. Would I rather start Herbert or Trevor? Herbert. It's still Herbert, but I do like Trevor Lawrence for fantasy this week. I just love this rushing total especially. All right, we're going to get to the next bet. I'll recap them at the end if people join late. Next one, Calvin Ridley over 49.5 receiving yards. That is minus 114 right now on DraftKings. Against the Colts, at home against the Colts. I don't know, man. Cam Ward looks better. He's playing better. Calvin Ridley's gotten the targets. Not as many as I thought, but still 7 or 8 a game. I think he's getting 10 targets in this game. He doesn't even need 10 targets. This is a low number. Still the number one there. I know Io Manor's eating into his target share a bit, but no one's eating into his snap share. That's the key. Calvin Ridley, still a good player. Good matchup. Good situation. Hasn't hit this number in any game so far. He's going to hit it in this game, and he's going to smash that. All these plays, by the way, I like the alt numbers too. So, again, ladder them up. Whatever you're comfortable with, a couple dollars on, for this one, like do the 70 plus. Do $1 on 100 plus yards. It'd be like 7 to 1, 6 to 1 odds. Next play, my boy Drake London, been struggling this year. Week 1, he did have 15 targets, though, and he missed the last drive of the game. Only 5 targets in week 2. They didn't need to pass the ball at all. This is Drake London over 64.5 receiving yards at the Panthers. Now, the Panthers are the number 1 run funnel in the NFL right now. You run the ball against them, you win the game. They know that. The Falcons know that. They're going to try to stop Bijan. They're going to load the box up. Going to be a lot of one-on-ones for Drake London. They don't need a lot of passing attempts for him to get this because Drake London is a target hog. That is who Penix looks for on third down, early on first down. I love this one, man. Tua looked like shit, TB. Like shit. He sucks. He sucks. I'll answer a fantasy question here, too. Which 2 for flex? Pickens, David Montgomery, or Jacoby Myers? I'm going to assume this is PPR, and it's going to be Pickens and Myers for PPR. Standard, I'm going to go Pickens and Montgomery. Half, I'm probably going to go Pickens and Myers still. If it's half, I would debate going Montgomery over Myers. Yeah, man, they have good corners. I'm not too worried. Not too worried. Again, these are more plays. I'm going to go back to the banner and show you the play. These are more plays on their spot bets. They're not so much matchup based, but like that's worked for me in the past. Again, I'm 7-1 this year, and I'm about volume and spots, right? These guys are going to get fed. They're going to get their numbers eventually. I was debating putting A.J. Brown on here, but I was a little more worried about A.J. Brown than Drake London and the other 2 names I'm going to mention. But into those guys for sure. To recap for the guys that have just joined, my bet of the week is Marvin Harrison over 46.5. That is easy money, folks. Next one, Trevor Lawrence, 10.5 rushing yards, over 10.5. That's probably going to go to 11.5. The Marvin Harrison one, if you wait a day, is going to go to 50 plus. Next one I had Calvin Ridley over 49.5. And then one more on right now is Drake London over 64. If you're in here, subscribe so you can get all these timely next week. I'll do the live show, and then also the full video does come out about an hour after I do this live show. But it's worth your time. If you want to join the Discord, it's in the description. Free chat for all the super fans here of the channel. I'll be on there answering questions when I can throughout the day. Mike Story as well. So Drake London over 64.5. Not a great matchup on paper, but he's going to eat in this game. Next one, similar to that, Nico Collins over 68.5 receiving yards at Jaguars. Bad secondary. Christian Kirk coming back, which is good for him. Less attention from the secondary there, minus 114 on FanDuel. Again, all of these guys, Harrison had a big week 1, but mostly Ridley, London, and Nico all have underperformed. They've gotten the targets. They have just not hit this number. Their numbers are all lower than they should be, and they're good players, man. In good situations, they're going to pop. I love all the alt lines on this one for sure. See what I got in the comments here. Nico does own the Jags as well. Yeah, Horn is good. I get Horn is good, but London is good, and Penix has no issue with throwing into tight windows. Drake London's a contested catch guy. I get that that's one of the tougher matchups of the bets I'm talking about. Lad McConkey over 54.5 receiving yards is the last play. Now, this one on DraftKings currently is 57 or 60 yards. I got this one a little early. I think on some other books it might be lower, but I like it at 60 even. This is a smash, man. Surtain's there. He's awesome. Guess what? He doesn't travel, and he definitely does not shadow in the slot. Lad McConkey is a 60+% snap player, slot snap player. So this is easy, man. He's going to eat this week. I know Quentin Johnson has had huge games. Keenan Allen's been huge in 2 games. This is the Lad McConkey show this week. This is a competitive, high-scoring, up-and-down game. Lad McConkey, this is my favorite one for alt lines besides the Trevor Lawrence. Lad McConkey over 100 yards, probably going to be 4-1. Hit that one all day. Lad's going to have a big game. What do you guys think of those? I'm going to put the, let's see. I could put them all up here for you guys. Where is it at? It's right here. There you go. So that's the list of the 6 bets. I'd say the least confident I am is on Drake London, but that's kind of a high number. It's not a high number. It's just a tougher matchup, but Drake London's probably my least confident, but I'm betting on the player and the talent and the target volume there. Love Nico, McConkey, Lawrence, and Harrison are my favorite 3. Ridley, London, and Collins, I can see if you guys are a little hesitant betting those because they don't make a whole lot of sense, but those are guys that are depreciated assets right now that their numbers they'll never be that low again. Drake London will never be in the 60s. Nico Collins is never in the 60s. Ridley's in the 40s, 50 yards. That's nothing, man. He should be set at like 61 most weeks. And he just didn't hit those numbers. So Vegas jumps back, and a lot of guys want to bet on people that have been crushing it, like Quentin Johnston. I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to bet on good players that are known commodities that are due to crush it. That's how you win money, gentlemen. That's how I've been winning money, and that's how I'm going to keep on doing it. Do I drop Evan Ingram to pick up Wicks? I have Fannin. Probably, man. Evan Ingram is really, really a question right now. He's getting outsnapped by Adam Troutman, which is not a good sign. We see how Sean Payton operates. RJ Harvey's not getting on the field. If you get in his doghouse a little bit, he had a couple false starts that hurt him. He has a nagging hamstring injury right now. So if you get in his doghouse, TB, it's not going to be good. So you can't trust Ingram. And I would, if you have someone better to pick up, if you need Wicks, especially if Kraft is out, like I would do that. Astro, you should make a move. Here's what you can do that I've done in my leagues, especially my home leagues where there's IR spots. I wait for Kraft to be ruled out, and I just pick up Musgrave. Just pick up Musgrave, and you'll be fine. He's not going to put up Tucker Kraft numbers, but he's going to play 70% of the snaps. He's a receiving tight end. They're banged up at receiver. Josh Jacobs is a little banged up right now. They might throw the ball more. I like Musgrave, the player. He's just not the all-purpose tight end that Kraft is, and not quite the player, but he was actually drafted higher in the NFL draft than Kraft. So that's my play, just so you don't have to waste the roster spot, and you can just put Kraft in your IR. But right now you can't until he's ruled out. And I think he's going to be ruled out, but I don't know for sure. I don't have any insider information on that one. That's the play there if you have an IR spot. If you have someone you like better, if like I do like Strange, I just don't know how much better I like Strange than what I would like Musgrave if he was the starter. So yeah, it might be 2 points less, but then I'm saving a bench player there. So I think that's my play. Anyway, what do you guys think of these bets? Again, 5-0 last week, 7-1 on the year. Again, London, Ridley, and Collins, I'm more questionable on, but I just love those numbers. Harrison, Lawrence, and McConkey, those are all smashes, dude. Lawrence, so low. Harrison Jr., 46. Get out of town. I saw that. It was a gift. Wentz over 8.5. Yeah, I think I like that one too. We haven't seen Carson Wentz in a while, and I think they're going to have such a run-heavy game script with Jordan Mason that I see Trevor Lawrence having an RPO or two that he might pull down and hold. Like we haven't seen that from Lawrence, and that would be a great play from Lee and Cohen to kind of get him jump started a bit. And let's be honest, he's throwing so many picks in the red zone. Like I think he's going to be a little gunshot to throw the ball inside the 20. I know that you're not going to get a bunch of yards there, but you can get a 7 or 8 yard scramble. Like maybe in general, like he's throwing a lot of picks and they're winning. They're 1-1, but I just feel like eventually the dude's got to pull the ball down and run. Like look at Justin Herbert this year, man. Look at how Justin Herbert is running. You know what I mean? Like Justin Herbert's probably a little quicker than Trevor Lawrence, but I don't know because Trevor Lawrence was that national championship game. He outrushed Justin Fields. He had like a 90 yards rushing. He had a 60-yard rushing touchdown. So Trevor Lawrence came in the league as like a dual threat quarterback, and we just haven't seen it, but he's not old. 10.5. I just love the matchup. Houston's going to be putting pressure on him all day. And if his receivers aren't open, he's throwing picks in the past. Why not just tuck it down and run? So that's the one I love the alt line on. 50 plus, I could see him having a 30-yard scramble. So that number is too low. That number should be set at 14.5. That's what I had it written down as what they should set it at, 14.5, and it's 10.5. Easy money. Easy money. Again, those of you in here that have been on the channel, check out the Discord. It's in the description. Just click the link and it'll invite you in there. We can, you guys can all chat together, get the community going. How many IR spots do you prefer in my home leagues? I like 2, but that's just me. I like deep benches and 2 IR spots because I like stashing guys. I have a weird feeling that JCM isn't going to have the best game. Yeah, I would agree. It's a very boomer bust. Ryan Morrison said only a fool. What is that referring to, Ryan? I'm going to put my bets up since Mark just got in the chat. Here you go. I'll recap them right here. Harrison's my play of the week, like 100% smash. Love Lawrence as well and McConkey. Those 3, I'd rank it. Harrison number 1, you have to bet. Lawrence number 2, and then McConkey 3. The middle 3 receivers, I just love their spots, and I love the bounce back potential. Kind of low numbers there. Decent matchups. Not horrible, not great. I'll leave that up there for a minute for you, man. No, so you're saying Evan Ingram is a start, or you're saying he's a hold? Because I don't like holding 2 tight ends. That I feel like is foolish. Like holding on to 2 tight ends, unless it's Harold Fannin, that's a guy you want to hold on to because he has elite upside. If Njoku gets traded, he overtakes Njoku gets hurt. I don't know about stashing Evan Ingram. We got I guess if that's your strategy, I just think tight end is a onesie position that can always be replaced, where I want my bench to be running backs and wide receivers, specifically running backs, because they have the highest upside, like handcuff guys based on injury. And then with the quarterback injuries we've seen the last couple of years, maybe a second quarterback if everyone's rostering 2. I don't even like doing that. I'm fine with rolling 1, man. I'll replace it. I don't care. I'll replace the onesie positions and stream all year. And then I'll have the better running backs, wide receivers, and flex. Win those positions, win the league. Yeah, I saw that, Mark. Sweet. Hopefully we can get like 20 or 30 people in there today, and I'll just slowly build. And then I'm working on some other stuff, a Patreon, some stuff to kind of give bonuses to the OGs and some really cool stuff. Yeah, especially that one, Bob. If you go high-end tight end, you should never have a backup. Same with a high-end quarterback. Even like for me, Tucker Kraft and Tyler Warren, I am not backing those guys up. Unfortunately, Tucker Kraft's probably going to miss this week. I'll be fine. Warren's actually questionable too. Hey, we can agree to disagree. I mean, everyone has different strategies. There's no right way to do it, right? It's like you can draft early quarterback and win leagues. You can do late round quarterback and win leagues. You can go 0 RB and win leagues. You can go robust RB and win leagues. Strategy matters, and so does players, right? Like the picking the right players. So yeah, if you have Kittle, but I would have picked that. There's guys to pick up, right? That's fine. The problem is you don't know if that second tight end is actually going to pop. Like, yes, if you pick Dalton Kincaid, that seems like a good choice. If you pick Colson Loveland, you're dropping him already. Then you're going to be streaming, that second spot anyway. Although I do kind of like Loveland as a stash. Like that's a guy I would stash, not Jawan Johnson or Evan Ingram. Loveland has a chance the back end of the year to be the full-time starter, and maybe they give him some snaps. That'd be cool. Although I don't really trust the Bears brass to do anything like that. They didn't spend a high pick on him. It's going to take a long time for Loveland, though, Ryan. The only thing I will say, Bob, about Ingram, the upside is that he is 2 years removed from 116 catch season, which is an all-time. That's Zach Ertz level all-time season. But he does not seem like the same player, and we were just sold the whole Joker role. We heard that from like about 4 players on Sean Payton's offense this year, and none of them had the Joker role. If anything, it's Troy Franklin, man. I hope Ben Johnson breaks through. I hope so. But I don't think there's any guarantee of anything. So, yeah, I'm just going to be fine stashing Tyler Algier and Blake Corum, guys like that. Because if Blake Corum overtakes him, which is probably a lower chance, but if Kyron gets hurt, Blake Corum is – where are we ranking Blake Corum right now? If Tyler Algier is hurt or if Kyron Williams gets hurt? Top 14, right? Kind of right where Jordan Mason's ranked. I think Blake Corum's a better player than Jordan Mason. Hey, Kilgard, what's up? Flex Tillman or Franklin this week? Keon screwed me last night. Man, probably Franklin. I prefer Tillman. It's just the matchup's so hard in Green Bay. But they're not going to be able to run on that defense. They're going to be getting murdered. So, like, I would expect Joe Flacco. They're not going to want Joe Flacco to have 50 or 40 passing attempts. They might have to have him have 38 or 40, though. So if that's the case, Tillman's going to have a lot of shots. I just don't know the touchdown potential there. So I would probably start Tillman just because that's me, but I could see the Franklin appeal. He said he'll take Evan Ingram over Corum all day. Evan Ingram has a better chance to be relevant, but Evan Ingram's never going to win you a league. Blake Corum will win you a league if he becomes relevant, if that makes sense. Lesser chance, but I'm telling you, there's a chance he just overtakes him and becomes the 60-40 snap winner weekly because he looks so much better. So much better. Corum to the moon, damn straight, TB. But that's fine. Now when it gets to bye week time, like week 6, week 7, especially week 8 and on, having all those upside stashes, you have to make some tough decisions, especially if you have some injuries. That's the problem. But you know what? If your team performs and you're 5-1, you can just start Blake Corum, lose a week, whoop-de-doo. You're literally playing for like fantasy league winning upside with those guys. That's how I've always played, and I don't play for 4th place or even 3rd place. I want to play for 1st place. Mark, thoughts on Rams backfield? You can't start Corum, but you drafted Kyron Williams in the early 3rd round, sometimes in the 2nd round, and you're not getting much. His snap share's down. They're throwing more in the red zone because Devontae Adams. Blake Corum's definitely eating into his goal line work, that's the only reason we like Kyron Williams, because he gets 16 touchdowns every year. Not a great player. Doesn't look great. They did pay him. It was only $33 million. That's not that much. If you remember, I give you a good comp. Remember when the Panthers paid Miles Sanders like $30 million? And everyone's like, oh, you got to draft Miles Sanders. He's the RB1 there because they paid him all this money. I get that he's not Kyron Williams, but the money, they always say follow the money. And Miles Sanders lost his goddamn job, and they didn't care about the money. So Sean McVay doesn't care about the money. He didn't pay him that money. So Joe Mixon, Ryan, you could just drop Joe Mixon, man. Ayuk's fine. Godwin's fine. Yeah, you could drop Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is not going to be anything this year, even if he comes back. They like Woody Marks. Nick Chubb looks fine. So at best, you're going to get a possible 3-man committee there with Joe Mixon leading that committee and coming back from an injury. We have not heard a single peep on Joe Mixon, and we are entering week 3. We are 2 days away from Sunday, week 3. Joe Mixon's earliest, I think, is week 7 or week 8. That's earliest. You can't play him the first 2 weeks because you don't know what he's look like. He's not going to get a lot of snaps. So you're looking at a guy week 11, the earliest you could possibly play him in fantasy. Nope. I'd much rather have a handcuff that's healthy right now that can actually be the starter that's healthy. Joe Mixon is similar to Kyron Williams, a better Kyron Williams, where he relies on value. Okay, Ryan thinks I'm crazy. Joe Mixon was RB1. I understand he was. That was in the back of mass volume and all the work, all the pass catching work. He's not going to get that this year. Dude, you don't think the injury's ominous? Like he has not even seen the practice field. They haven't said a single update on him. He's going to specialists. It's a CMC situation. So, I mean, how did that work out for CMC last year? And Joe Mixon is the same situation as CMC. He's not been as injury prone, but he's had 3 foot injuries in the last 4 years. 2 last year in particular. I don't think they're trash because of Joe Mixon not being there. They're trash because their O-line is completely terrible and they have no receivers right now. They're relying on two rookies and Dalton Schultz as their ancillary weapons, and then an older Nick Chubb. But Nick Chubb's not really the problem. It's the offensive line. Nick Chubb looks okay. And their defense kind of underperforming, man. Their pass rush is good, but like you just saw the Buccaneers march 90 yards. Well, they have only Nico Collins. Yes, I'm saying besides Nico Collins. So Nico Collins has kind of been neutered because you got nothing around him to take the top off the defense. I appreciate the back and forth, Ryan. This is why we have this channel, right? For me, Joe Mixon. I'm one of the biggest Joe Mixon fans, dude. Always have been. Off him, dropping him. I would never have rostered him. And then you know what? You could pick him up week 8 maybe or week 7 when news comes. But he's definitely on the wire in, I'd say, half of my Fantrax leagues, 12-man leagues with 8 bench spots and a flex, 3 receivers, deep leagues. He's on the wire in like 8 of them. And I'm not. With bye weeks coming up, I can't pick him up. I'm already going to have to start benching or start cutting like Rico Dowdle and players like that. I know people are like, Rico Dowdle. Well, Rico Dowdle is the clear number 2 there. And if there's an injury to Chuba, Rico Dowdle's getting 16 touches a game. Now, what are 16 touches in the Panthers worth? I don't know. He's got pass catching upside, though. Keith has 10-man PPR. Tyler Warren has a questionable tab. Yeah, it's not good for Tyler Warren. He was limited in Thursday's practice and then did not practice today. So the missed practice on Friday is never a good sign, Keith. I would say he's truly questionable, but if he plays, you start him. Let's see. Who do I drop off the bench to get a second tight end? Golden. You got to drop Golden, man. You can't drop Hendy. You can't drop Sutton, Olave, Charbonnet. Charbonnet just got ruled out, so why don't you pop Charbonnet on your IR, and then you can get a player. If you already did that and you need to drop someone else, then just wait for Tyler Warren to get ruled out and then pick up a player. What I love about Tyler Warren is it wasn't a high draft pick. You know, it was in terms of the fantasy drafts. I saw him going to 6th sometimes. It was 7th round. That was right in the range of Hawkinson and Kelsey and Andrews. Well, a little before Andrews, but yeah, dude, just wait. Put Charbonnet on your IR and pick up someone. I wouldn't go with the backup. I wouldn't go with Mo Cox, but geez, got Tyler in the 10th. Yeah, well, 10-team league is going to be, that's like an 8th round pick for a 12-teamer. Yeah, early draft. Towards the later drafts, he was going higher. Mark says, who do you think of the top 4 running back handcuffs? Well, Trey Benson is probably number 1. I'd say Trey Benson, probably number 1. Just because he's almost usable at this point. I think he's an pretty elite talent. And James Conner has a pretty big injury history. So like those things combined, I think the number 1, like if you say it's all even and whoever, if they get the starting job, who's the best? It's Tyler Algier. But Tyler Algier is probably the least likely guy to take the starting job just based on Bijan Robinson being an Iron Man, like the Iron Man. So those 2 for sure. I love Blake Corum. He's not owned that much. You could probably scoop him up. And then am I missing somebody? I could just go look at my benches and tell you because I have them all. Let's see here. Oh, Ray Davis. I still think it's Ray Davis. I know he hasn't been playing very much, but Ty Johnson is strictly a 3rd down back. His role wouldn't change. He'd probably go from 25% snaps to 35, and Davis would get the 60. That's all James Cook gets. So I'm definitely saying Ray Davis is up there. Yeah, Strange has pretty good upside. Would you do Kupp and Ridley for Metcalf? So essentially, I don't even count Cooper Kupp as a fantasy player at this point. So it's Ridley for Metcalf. I want Metcalf. Yeah, I love Ridley too. In full PPR, it's closer. In half PPR, I want Metcalf because his touchdown equity is so much better. So we got, is this your team here? So Mahomes, Kamara. Yeah, and again, always do a 2 for 1. Always do a two for 1. You want to be the guy getting the 1. Get the best player in the trade. Pick up someone on waivers. Pick up a Blake Corum. Maybe even a Joe Mixon if he's available. All right, I got a little bit more time. I'll put my bets back up here. I'm going to be doing, I have actually doing a guillotine draft. Apparently, you can still do guillotine. I just found this out last night at my buddy's house. You can do guillotine drafts, and there's 14 man leagues, and I don't know if you know how it works, but one team gets eliminated every week. They're still going on, and they're going to be going on through next week. So I have one I'm doing live at 6 p.m., so in 2 hours. So if you want to check that out on the channel. Also, again, the Discord in the description. Hit that up, click the link, you join, and then we can all chat. So I was going to play Sharp. Yeah, we were all going to play Sharp this week because that's a good matchup against Saints. He's left with Harvey, Benson, Robinson, and Judkins. It's probably Judkins, man. If it's half PPR, 100% it's Judkins. It sucks, but I would say you can't really play Harvey right now. Robinson Jr. is a cuff. Benson, maybe. So I'd say it's probably Benson or Judkins. Full PPR, I could see going Benson because he's maybe going to get 2 or 3 catches. What is the number, Michael, for Kenneth Walker? I'm sure it's really full PPR. That's I'd say Judkins, man. Even in full PPR, I think they just said he's going to get more than 10 touches. I know coaches lie all the time, but it sucks. That's a super tough matchup. But he looked really good, man. I'm not personally not a Judkins guy. 67 yards, huh? Dude, that's probably a smash. I'll maybe sprinkle that in there or do a parlay with it. I already have my 6 big ones right here, so I'm trying not to put $1,200 every week on the line. Yeah, that's your decision, man. Benson or Judkins. I'd probably go Judkins. 67 yards, though. That's super low, man. Yeah, I definitely hit that one. What I would like is his I prefer his rushing and receiving, though. If it's rushing and receiving, it's probably like 84. I know it sucks when he gets 74 yards rushing and only like 6 receiving, but it insulates you both ways. You know what I mean? I definitely prefer that over going receiver, running backs like receiving number. I'm fine with the rushing yards, but if look at it, see what it is, and they usually bump it up. So if he has 67 rushing and they have, let's say 12 yards receiving for him, that would be 79 projected total yards. They would have it at 82 just because it's kind of a cheat code to be able to have both yards. But yeah, I mean, Kenneth Walker, the Saints they're average at best against the run, and they're just bad. Game script's great. They're at home. They're going to run the ball. Kenneth Walker should have at least 18 touches. I don't even know who the third is there. It's not Travis Homer anymore. It's some rookie no name because they had Damian Martinez or whatever, the guy from the rookie they drafted in the 7th round from Miami, Cam Ward's running back, and they released him. So it's whoever won that job, some random rookie. I don't even know his name. I think it was an undrafted player. So there's no one behind him, like of relevance. What's the most I'm giving for DK? Well, yeah. See, they took it off. So it's probably going to go up to 80 yards is his line, dude. George Halani. Thank you, Colby. Yeah, that guy. Again, how would I remember that name? It sounds like a fucking magician. George Halani? Weird. Yeah, he was a preseason star for sure. But I mean, again, preseason star. I think undrafted player. What's the most I'd give up for DK? I love how this gambling show becomes a fantasy show, but I guess that's what I do. I would buy him at cost. I wouldn't overpay for him just because he's coming off an 11-yard performance, and Aaron Rodgers is old and injury prone and is prone to give up on his team. Now, I don't think it's going to happen here. This is his last year. So I still love DK this year at cost. So Ibuka, if you really love DK, maybe. Oh, good call. Look at this insider information from my dudes. Halani was Gentie's backup at Boise State. So that's not a ringing endorsement. I mean, I know, like, of course, everyone's going to be Gentie's backup, but he went to Boise State. Not exactly a powerhouse of a college. Sharp's not ruled out yet. Yeah. So just drop Philly's D, man. Drop Philly's D. When they put him on IR, if you want to get a guy you want, then just pick up Atlanta. I like Atlanta, and I like KC's defense a lot. KC's going to – they should put the hurting on them, the Giants, this week. They're 0-2. There's no way – I think they're at home, too. There's no way they're going 0-3. And Atlanta, I know they're missing a pass rusher this game. Atlanta's defense looks good. Great matchup. Michael, Tyler Warren does seem solid at 48, but unfortunately, you're looking at a possible injury there. So, yeah, no, Sharp's not playing. Doubtful, like that's just a stupid nomination. He's out. No, it is a fantasy channel. It's everything. It's gambling. It's I thought this was America. I wish I had that clip. Damn it, I don't. Maybe I have another clip that I like that I can throw in here. I like this one.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they're going to cover the spread. I'm saying I just love the Chiefs' defense this week for fantasy because their defense is still fine. The Giants are coming off a crazy high offensive output, and you really think that's going to happen again? I don't. I think Russell Wilson is going to come back to earth really, really hard in this game. Start McConkey, Harrison, or Sutton. It's McConkey. McConkey for in full PPR, it's McConkey, and half PPR, it's Harrison. And maybe Sutton in standard, honestly. I think it goes all the way down the line there because Sutton's probably the most likely to have a touchdown. Harrison's kind of the hybrid that can get you catches, yards, and touchdowns. McConkey's going to have 7 catches in this game. Oh, what's up, Mark? It's all good. I do follow the NBA. I'm not going to be touching on any NBA shit until the fantasy season's over, at least. Once the NFL playoffs come, it's a little slower for me. Fantasy's over. All right, I don't have much time left. If I get 6 subs in the next 5 minutes, I will continue and answer all your questions. Otherwise, I'm going to get off and do some stuff. And then 6 o'clock, I'll be live with streaming a guillotine draft. They're still doing those now, apparently. So that'll be fun. And then I'm going to do a late night show tonight, most likely. I played NBA fantasy since 2010. It's 15 straight years. This is the first year I'm not doing it. Just too much. All the resting. It's just too much. And I hate that it starts during the middle of fantasy football. I'm in way too many fantasy football leagues to prioritize that. Mark, you just joined. A couple of the other guys, Astro. Check the description of this video here while you're on here. I have a Discord link. If you guys want to join the Discord chat with all the folks that have been on the last week or two. Should be a fun time. I can answer questions if I'm not on here, if I have time. Thoughts on what we should do when Christian Watson and Mixon come back? Well, Mixon's probably not coming back, bro. So I wouldn't worry about Mixon coming back and being anything. If anything, he'll just be a thorn in the side of Nick Chubb. Christian Watson, not worried about him either. It's just another guy to throw in that rotation in Green Bay. So there's been a lot of positive news. I was of the belief before draft season that Christian Watson wasn't going to play football this year. But apparently it's going well. And he might be like a week 9 return. So he'll be coming back maybe even before Jaden Reed. But I'm not like Christian Watson's not. If anything, he's just going to kind of screw the other people in Green Bay. Not going to be relevant unless you're in like a 16-team league. Sutton or Debo? It's Sutton for me, General. I know we had a bad week last week, and Debo seems like a PPR scam guy. But you got no Jaden Daniels. Sutton's in a bounce-back performance. I also do like Sutton's gambling line, 54.5. I like that one. I'm going to put up my bets one more time for you guys before I log off. Again, we get 6 subs in the next 5 minutes. I will do another 10, 20, 30 minutes. If not, I will be back at 6 o'clock. No worries. And then probably a late show. You know how I roll. So there's the bets. Again, Harrison's my number 1. Got to bet that one. Lawrence, love that. 10.5 rushing yards. McConkey, smash that. But it is moving up now. It's almost to 60 yards. So I still like it at 60. Sweet. Thanks, Blake. I mean, you guys will enjoy it. A lot of you guys, you'll know each other. I never really used Discord, but figured that was a way to keep the chat going and the community together. Hopefully all positivity. Maybe some dirty jokes. I'm always in for those, brother. All right, I think that's it for me, gentlemen. Again, Discord in the description. If you didn't subscribe, please do. 6 o'clock tonight. If you guys want to check out the guillotine draft, it's my first one. So, heyo, yeah, dude, that was a really, really tough one, dude. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I also live bet him for anytime touchdown score, and it was I don't remember what it was, 3.5, 4-1 odds with a boost. So that play won me both those. I was like, I just that's bad. I don't like betting on the onesie games, especially Thursday night. But since I've been with this channel, I've actually hit every one of my big bets. Like my main bets for those games, I had Jordan Love's rushing, I had CJ Stroud rushing on Monday Night Football. Yeah, Shakir, that was tough, man. It was 41.5, 42.5. He ended up with 45, and that last catch was 17-yard little screen pass for a touchdown. Fucking love it. I am Brick Flair on there. I'll play on the heyo. Nature Boy, baby. Mark says, what's your favorite betting platform? DraftKings is probably the best like interface and easiest. FanDuel's fine. For me, I bet a lot on DraftKings because I'm in Illinois and they're taxing everything now. It's 50 cents additional tax on everything. But I've bet like 300K on DraftKings. So I'm like a silver member or some shit. So I don't have to pay the tax. They waive the tax for me. So I know it doesn't, again, a big bet. If you're betting $150 on a bet, what is 50 cents? But I don't like doing little, like a $5 parlay. I got to pay an extra 50 cents now. So I'm only doing big bets on FanDuel and the other sites, and then parlay boosts. I'll eat the 50 cents if I'm getting a boost. But DraftKings, I think, is still the best. All around, they have good promos. It's just a really, really nice interface. Simple, right? Like DraftKings is like iPhone. It's like for a child. Where like Android is more like FanDuel. FanDuel's a little more complicated. Android's a little more complicated. More features, some cooler stuff. But, you know, especially if you're doing drunk betting like we all do in the middle of the night, like give me something easy I can read. That's my thing. What's up, Brian? Unfortunately, I'm about to take off. I'm going to put my bets up here for whoever just joined. Also, the episode, if you want to hear more of the reasoning behind these, you could actually just rewind this one. Or it's going to be coming out in like 45 minutes on my channel. Just a normal video. It's 5 minutes long. Harrison must bet. Lawrence, love that one. McConkey, right there with that. The other three receivers are more on the fence on. But again, 5-0 last week, 7-1 in the season. That's not counting all my like plays. That's Shakir bet and all the other ones I've had for the primetime games. These are like big unit bets. So usually I don't do 6. I used to just do 3, but I'm loving all these lines here. So what's up, Ryan? I'm not really the master. If you want to add Bader on there, I'm that. Probably won't be here too late to stream tonight, unfortunately. Yeah, all good, man. All good. You can always watch them back the next day. I know it's not the same to not be in the chat, but what do you got for me, Ryan? I got a couple more minutes. I keep on saying that, and I keep on staying. Will I be live tomorrow for week 3 starters? No, tomorrow nights I do the gambling show. It's just like an open forum for gambling. It's a late night show, like 1 a.m. Central Time. Yeah, or midnight. Tomorrow's gonna be a little later. I do that on Sunday morning. So Sunday morning for week 3 start sit. That's Sunday morning, 9:30 Central a.m. So yeah, I do a free bet. I'm giving away a free bet, but you guys, I need to get in this whatever specific video I'm doing, whatever stream. Last night was a good chance. I was on there 3.5 hours, and I need to get 50 subs and 50 likes on a video. I give away a free $10 bet.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
You should make us write out the schedule so everyone knows it.
Yeah, I'll put that on the Discord. There you go. My wife's helped me out here. Yeah, tomorrow night's late, Ryan, but I mean it's a fun show. We just go through every game, over, under, line, and all that shit. Just kind of talk about leans. I'm not really I don't bet a lot of lines, but I can give you my take on it. And we can all talk about it. And then we go through, deep shot touchdown parlays, first touchdown scores, player props, all that shit. I'll give you my bets again. But here they are right here. These are the ones you want to hit right now if you want to make some money. 5-0 last week, 7-1 so far this year. 4 years, I'm at 65% now. So unfortunately, this if you haven't hopped on, like it's hard to tail someone that's coming off such a good week and such a good season and such a good 4-year stretch. But the stretch says it for yourself. If you bet them all, if you keep on betting them all, you will make money, because I have. And I'm usually very particular on these. 6 is a lot for me for 1 week on a Sunday. Usually I do 3. I'm trying to keep it, a little lower, but I love these lines. I was going to just do 4 this week, and then McConkey 54, and then I saw Collins, London, Ridley. Harrison was the one I saw, and I was just like, I can't believe that. I thought that'd be 55 yards. Should be at 60 if you ask me. Anyway, again, in the description, look for the Discord link. Hit that up, click on it, get in the Discord. We can all talk. Everyone in here that's been in here in the next week, I bet everyone that's been showing up, chatting on these will be in there. You can answer each other's questions. Me and Story will be on there answering some of your questions. Not as timely as I am here, but I get notifications and I don't do much. So did I get your Instagram message? I don't really check Instagram, but I can. Ha, Ryan, I get a boner every time I see you live. I need the Discord. Yeah, just go to the description, Ryan. There's a little link in there. I appreciate that, man. I got a clip for that too. This is good. See, I'm quick. Yeah, it's the what is it? Hold on. Where's it at? No, here it is. There it
Let
is.
me get up and I'll give you guys the full tour.
Oh, honey, careful. Your boner.
What do you want me to do? Cut it off?
What do you want me to do? Cut it off? Well, I get a boner every time I see you in the chat. So, I mean. Oh, sweet, man. Intro video commercial. Sweet, man. I'll check that out, Poker. All right. I appreciate you guys. I am going to, if you want to check out 6 o'clock in an hour and 40 minutes, I'm doing a live guillotine draft. Never done one before. They're still drafting. You have one more week to do these on Yahoo. Pretty sweet idea. I don't know if you know what guillotine is. It's the 14-team draft, the worst scoring team every week. You don't have matchups. The worst scoring team each week gets eliminated. And then by week 17, you have 2 teams. That's a championship. Pretty cool idea. My buddy told me about them, and it's the only time you can draft still, besides doing daily fantasy, which I'm not really a fan of daily fantasy. So yeah, I'm new to it, so I've been kind of looking at some strategies and shit. But I think it's gonna be fun, and I like drafting, so it's a $20 league. I'll probably do 3 or 4 more if I like it, just to have more teams. I don't think 25 teams isn't enough, right, to set lineups. I want 5 more. I want 30, baby. That's not even counting my 11. The 11 I manage for my wife, or we co-manage. Pardon me. All right, I see some of you guys join the Discord again. If you're just in here, sorry that I am taking off, but you can just rewind this video, see the bets. I put them up there a bunch, 6 bets. Yeah, I do need a 30 burger. I can't eat 30 burgers too. My fat ass can do that. All right, gentlemen, appreciate you guys. And I have a video I like to play to end it too. That's a cool one. Which one is it? It's this one.
You asked to see me. I made your Cajun chicken niblets.
No. You made my year. You have a gift. And a super dope hat. This is cool. All right, boys.